Hey guys, it's Shadow, and today we are going to be covering the top 10 weird Alola Pokedex entries. Now, in this video, I am going to be looking through all the Pokedex entries from the Gen 7 Pokemon, excluding Alola form Pokemon from other generations. So, I hope you guys enjoy. In the Sun Pokedex entry of Litten, it says while grooming itself, it builds up fur inside its stomach. It sets the fur alight and spews fiery attacks, which change based on how it coughs. Now, I know cats groom themselves just like any animal, and they have special grooves on their tongues to pull hair out. But come on, this is a kid's game, it's not a National Geographic novel. Why must there be a specific pattern to how it coughs its fiery hairballs up? Again, in the Pokemon Sun entry it says this Pokemon snorts body fluids from its nose, blowing balloons to smash into its foes. It's famous for being a hard worker. Like, come on, that's just gross. Like, why couldn't it just be more subtle like the Pokemon Moon entry, which states that this Pokemon can control water bubbles. It practices diligently so it can learn to make big bubbles. Isn't this supposed to be a kid's game, Nintendo? Now, I know that for some odd reason, some of the Pokedex entries in Sun and Moon say a lot more than normal about eating Pokemon, but like, why? I was perfectly fine without knowing that people eat Pokemon. They're supposed to be your best friends, not a source of food. If you eat them, what is the point of even saving them from the evil teams? I'm fairly sure they would rather have their power abused than to be outright eaten. Crabrawler's Pokedex entry in Moon says it punches so much its pincers often come off from overuse, but they grow back quickly. What little meat they contain is rich and delicious. Now, it's just weird. People eat their claws when they fall off. I'm just freaked out. Okay, so you know how I just had a rant about people eating Pokemon? Well, here's another one. Wishy-Washy's Pokedex entry in Pokemon Moon states, it's awfully weak and notably tasty, so everyone is always out to get it. As it happens, anyone trying to bully it receives a painful lesson. Like, I know this Pokemon can stand up against people when it needs it, but explain to me, Nintendo, why people in Pokemon games are trying to get this Pokemon for eating purposes. Why? Alright, well this is a case of Pokemon eating each other, and in this one, Toxapex are obviously being murderers to poor little Corsolas. The Pokemon Sun entry states, Toxapex crawls along the ocean floor on its 12 legs. It leaves a trail of Corsola bits scattered in its wake. Now even this Pokemon's previous evolution says something about munching on the coral that's on Corsola's head, but didn't say anything about killing them. Those poor little Corsolas. Well, this Pokemon basically draws you in, then never lets you go back home. Sounds like a classic case of sex offender to me. Its Pokedex entry in Sun says forests where Shiinotic live are treacherous to enter at night. People confused by its strange lights can never find their way home again. Well, I would never want to go near those woods when I know a Pokemon with that face lives there. One interesting fact I already found about Yungoos is the entry in Pokemon Sun says with its sharp fangs it will bite anything. It did not originally live in Alola but was imported from another region. Now I'm just super curious what region that is, whether it is from one we already know, maybe like Sinnoh and the remake's coming soon, or if it's a teaser for Generation 8 games. But also, what the heck? The Pokemon Moon entry states that it wanders around in never-ending search of food. At dusk, it collapses from exhaustion and falls asleep on the spot. That's like kinda crappy because it states that it never really finds food and is always starving. What the heck, Nintendo? I know Yungoos starving is weird, but this one is weirder. The Pokemon Moon entry says that it adores having Rattata and Raticate for dinner, but as it's diurnal, it never encounters them. This Pokemon boasts incredible patience. Now hold on, what the heck did it just say? It adores having Rattata and Raticate for dinner? I really hope that means going out for a date, but something tells me otherwise. Now, finally something to fight against all those crappy people who think eating Pokemon is cool. Sandygast Pokemon Sun entry says, born from a sand mound playfully built by a child, this Pokemon embodies the grudges of the departed. And Palosan's Pokemon Moon entry says, buried beneath the castle are masses of dried up bones from those whose vitality has been drained. These Pokemon basically are brainwashing people into letting it eat them, and then it gains its bigger size from their body mass. Now that's morbid. Beware is getting number 1 on this list because this Pokemon is just odd. It legit accidentally kills all its owners by hugging them. If you don't believe me, the Pokedex entry in Moon states this Pokemon has the habit of hugging its companions. Many trainers have left this world after their spines were squashed by its hug. Now I know they didn't straight up say that it killed them, but it also kind of did. Again, I know this is supposed to be a kid's game, so why would you make Pokedex entries like this, Nintendo? Well, that's all the Pokédex entries we will be going through today. I know I missed a few really good / odd entries like Kamala and Mimikyu, just to name a few. But don't worry, I plan on doing a second video of Alola entries in the future. In the meantime, look forward to some other fascinating videos like top 5 ancient teams, stupidest methods in shiny catching, and lots more.